And we're back. Chat. How are we doing, guys? Welcome in again. We are here on Jokerdad's Spotlight episode 148. I can't believe it. With our guest, Press X to Jason _. How we doing this morning?
Oh, we're doing good.
Awesome. Love to hear it. It's Friday. Are you off this weekend or are you working?
I actually have a full weekend off. I'm off tomorrow through Sunday.
Awesome, man. That's good to hear. As I was just telling chat and everybody that I work this weekend, but I still love a good Friday. I can't complain even if I work a Saturday. Sometimes it's still nice because I know I'm almost there at that end of the week. But awesome to have you, and thanks as well. Can't Focus Live for being here this morning. Didn't get to address you during the intro there, and you do know this guy. I know.
He does.
Can't believe it's such a small world, and we've all got to share this lovely platform and space together. So big W's for the three of us there, I think. But yeah, no. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? Give us kind of a rundown.
Well, you guess you can tell by the name. I live in the states and live near St. Louis. Not exactly. Don't mind me. I'm really nervous, so just.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Take it. You're fine. Take it a step. So you live in St. Louis. Have you grown up in St. Louis your whole life, or?
Whole life. Let's see. I'm trying to just go down the list because I'm like, shows what happens when you come unprepared. But yeah. Started streaming about, it was about 2021. So it's been about 3 years, give or take.
Okay. And what kind of got you into streaming? Like, what made you want to kind of, take the push and go live and show everybody else like the games you played, or what?
Well, it's such a weird story how that started. We had the pandemic in 2020. I don't know if I can actually say the name of the pandemic because, some platforms don't allow you to say that. But, we had the pandemic back in 2020. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, Call Me Kevin, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. And I think it was a Call Me Kevin video to where he was just like talking about how he started from, how where he got to where he's at right now. And he's basically like that, typical weird guy that, you wouldn't think would be on a camera. And I was like, well, that kind of sounds like me. The story really, relates to me. And it's like, well, I have a background in radio, and that's not really going anywhere. So let's give this, a shot. So, through the ups and downs, I honestly believe it's worked out.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think you've done great. You've met some awesome people. The content I've been able to tune in, you're always engaging with anyone in your chat. You're always kind of explaining, what's going on at times and what you're doing. So I think you've learned quite a bit. Like I could tell that you've probably watched some streamers before as well in the past, or you could relate to, their stories. And I think that's something we've all kind of gotten into, is there's someone out there that we've watched or kind of stumbled across, or maybe like myself, it was my kids. My kids watched a lot of streamers, and that kind of, even at earlier ages, and that kind of got me into, what are these people doing? What games do they like playing? And then when you start to notice that, like, the things that they're doing, are, I wouldn't say strategic, but they use methods that are successful for engaging and stuff like that. And it shows you like there's more to streaming than just turning the camera on and being a showman, and things like that are a part of it as well. But yeah, good morning, Royal. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, I wish I knew that when I first started.
Oh yeah, it's tough, and some people like just the gameplay and commentary to it. Others want to be like continuously engaged and stimulated, and that's kind of tough. Like that takes a lot of energy, and there's a lot of streamers. I'm not one of them, but there's a lot of streamers out there who can hold a good constant high state of energy throughout the whole stream, and I don't understand how they do it. That's like to me physically overwhelming, and sometimes just watching it is overwhelming, let alone being the individual to be producing that high level of energy. But kudos to them for being able to sustain that. And but you said the pandemic was kind of the beginning of the streaming, and you just decided with all that downtime to kind of dive in and start giving it a go.
And that's correct.
Awesome. Oh, that's good to hear that. Because there's always everybody talks about the negatives out of the pandemic, but even though there probably were a lot more negatives than positives, there were still, I believe, the positives that came out of it. Some family got to spend a lot more time together, which was good and bad. Because some people it's hard to imagine spending and being surrounded with each other for so long. So I think that really tested a lot of people's families and friendships and relationships when you're stuck at their hip for so close for so long. But yeah, it was a crazy time. But I'm glad a lot of people found comfort in either watching streamers or becoming streamers or and content creators. So that's great. So you mentioned where again did you mention you were from?
The St. Louis
Oh,
area. I'm not
St. Louis. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, St. Louis.
Yeah, good old St. Louis. Yeah, I've traveled through there once. Didn't get to really stop or stay. We were just kind of passing through. But it looked like a kind of similar to where I grew up, which was in Nashville. So
Oh, nice.
another
Through
city.
there.
You've been there before? Or?
I've been through there. I think we went. I want to say we went through there to go to Memphis. So
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Memphis is I guess east, yeah, east or west Tennessee, and then east is like Chattanooga, and that area over there, which is all pretty beautiful landscape and scenery. I love growing up there. It's kind of boomed and kind of blew up with population and tons more people, and so it's just crazy to see countryside kind of change into more industrialization and things. Yo, bless scars, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo. Good Friday to you and good Friday to chat for everybody joining us this morning. We got our guest, press X to Jason underscore. If you guys don't know Jason here, streams a variety of games, right? Can you tell us a couple games that you typically can find you streaming?
well, it's so weird how how my journey started. I thought I was going to be like a variety streamer. Kind of do like a mix. Basically like RPG, the weird games, that type of thing. But it kind of evolved, I think, October of last year. I was like, you know what? I found this article called The Science of the Scare. And I'm like, you know what? Let's make that into a streaming month. Just because I don't know why. It's just like I don't usually have like ideas, but once they happen, they happen. So I
Yeah,
was
and
like,
I think that's something we need to run with, and that goes to everybody else in chat. If you have an idea, think about it, and it comes up and you're like, oh, that's a good idea. Do it. Push through with it. Don't just like,
Mhm.
let it sit there. That's half of the objective is the idea or half of the problem. So the solution is just the other half and keep going with it. But continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to get you off course.
Oh, you're good. You're good. So with the Science of the Scare, I was like, okay, this rates the scariest games by heart rate. So I'm like, okay, let's play the scariest of the scariest. Let's try that. I always thought myself to be the one that just watches people play horror games. I never thought I'd be the one playing them. So it evolved from playing variety to doing like indie horror, slash just mainly horror. But yeah, it's kind of went from there, and I don't I don't try to like talk about numbers or like you know be like, oh yeah, my numbers are looking great and all that. But I would say like I took a big boom, after that October.
Yeah, no, that's great. And it's good to acknowledge that. Like to I'm not a big guy to boost my numbers or boast or talk about them either. But it's good to see trends on what's working, what's not working, so you can kind of hope to improve. Those are things that I look at, not just in the case of, oh, this isn't working, or so things like that makes it a little bit easier to change. But also, I play with what I enjoy, and so I play Fortnite. I've dabbled in a couple horror games. We've played a little variety. So it kind of just definitely depends on what you're in the mood for, what you're kind of wanting to do as a streamer and content creator. We touched a little bit on marbles. I know there's a couple streamers recently who I know who do play marbles on stream, and they had just kind of decided that they just didn't want to do it anymore. They weren't having fun with it. They weren't, they didn't really like the community that was based around marbles and things like that, which is okay too. So if there's things you start doing and you do enjoy it, but then you're not enjoying it anymore, it's okay to take a step back and re-examine everything and go, okay, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. And I think if the community who has been built upon you playing those games and so forth, some of them will probably leave and or find someone else who streams that game or content. But the ones who genuinely enjoy the exchange and enjoy your company and what you're providing, I think they'll stick around, and those are the real ones, the real OGs, I always say here in chat.
Mhm.
But yeah, so what games you do? You said horror, indie horror. What's some of the games you played recently?
So recently, I kind of got roped into doing I think it's called Asian Horror August. Um, I believe it was by the CEO Screams. But yeah, so I think last night I played Akai Ona. So if I butcher some of the pronunciations, the spellings, whatnot, what have you, I do apologize. But recently played Night Security. I've never played a Chill's Art game till like a couple nights ago, and enjoyed every bit of it. Let's see, what was the other one I played? Oh yeah, Welcome to Kowloon. Recently played that. I've been away for like 5 months because I was in the middle of moving twice. So
Oh wow, that sounds very busy.
yeah, life got stupid hectic.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes, and I think that's something to acknowledge as well. We talked about people we've met prior to stream before, 2 years ago, 3 years ago when you started streaming, and how like they're no longer around, or maybe they're not streaming no more, or they've also taken a hiatus. Sometimes those people get back into the swing of things, and come back into streaming, and I always try to open or provide open arms and welcome them back into streaming, because it's always good to see them again. Even though, like you said, life can get hectic. They can be out of commission for 6 months to a year or even 2 years. But they find that love for streaming and content creating again, and they find themselves back here, and I think that's very cool. I really think that's awesome, and to be able to play a part or help them in any way throughout their journey, even getting back into the swing of things is a pleasure as well. But yeah, we since it's we like to do the fun questions here as well. So one of the fun questions I always like is, if you were on death row, it was your final meal, you could only eat one meal with, say, a dessert. What would you choose? What would be your last meal?
Oh, that's we're kidding when we're saying we're going to be fun questions. These are questions that myself and my roommate tend to have. So you know, oh man, I think this is one of the few that we have not discussed. But I would say probably a steak and lobster. Dessert. Trying to
Yeah.
probably cheesecake. Probably cheesecake because that just sounds good right now.
Yeah, cheesecake's been a lot of the individuals' answers. Some go with like a pie, or we've had a few off the wall strange ones too. But cheesecake is a for sure winner. Are you just a plain cheesecake kind of guy, or do you like the strawberries and or chocolate or?
Gotta have
The,
the strawberries or chocolate. Like
all
regular
right.
cheesecake's fine, but you add in the extra stuff, it makes it even better.
Yeah, I kind of yeah. I think it's one of those ones where, like you said earlier, cheesecake sounds good. I think it's a mood thing. Like some days I'm just like a plain cheesecake guy, and then others I'm like, yeah, I want the strawberry glaze and all that goodness to it. I mean, the chocolate's good too, like a turtle cheesecake with the
Oh,
chocolate
that
caramel
the
nut.
turtle caramel. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, that's a good one. The turtle caramel cheesecake. I'd have to be a for sure winner on that one. I had one cherry cheesecake, which was really good. Uh, so the tart cherry with the cheesecake went really well. Yo, welcome in Nightfall Gaming. How we doing today? We got Amazon Artemis in the building as well. Thank you, Artemis, for being here. Hopefully, you guys are having a wonderful Friday morning. I appreciate you coming in, showing some love to Press X to Jason underscore. If you guys don't follow him, highly recommended. Has been playing a lot of indie horror or horror games lately. So really great if you like to tune in. We got a lot of horror streamers. Amazon Artemis likes to play DBD. We as well, as I know you're aware, you should know Royal Toughness as well uh,
Hmm.
from uh, from the wonderful days of streaming here on Twitch. So it's just great to see so many people who cross paths with each other here and there, and are able to share that experience. Yo, good morning, Sahabi. Welcome in. Yo, Mad Rocks with the jump, bro. I don't think you could have missed that any more than what you missed that. Uh, but no, I appreciate you coming on the show today. It's just a great opportunity to kind of get to know you more on a personal level, and then get to know more in depth for people who don't maybe know about the content you created and the process at which kind of got you into streaming. I mean, were you a gamer when you were younger, or was this something you kind of gaming was something you took up during the pandemic?
Oh no, I've been a gamer my whole life. I think I started gaming when I was like 2 or 3.
Oh, nice. And was there what? I mean, what if you had to list? I know it's hard because there's so many different genres of games, and each genre, you know, I guess you could probably, I would say, now that you're doing a lot of horror games, what's your favorite, say, top horror game that you've played so far, and maybe one that you're looking forward to playing?
We're talking like the best horror game I played or the scariest. What do we?
Yeah,
What's
I mean, I mean, you could do both. Like if there's like the scariest doesn't match up to what the best horror game that you believe is that you've played either by, and then give us like a reason. If it was the controls, if it was the story, maybe the graphics.
ooh. I mean, my default answer is always The Last of Us, but compared to like a lot of the other games I played, I'd have to. Oh, what
I
was
mean,
the?
because is The Last of Us mostly like
I mean, it's
I
a
think.
survival game. I don't think I wouldn't really consider it a horror game. So I'm trying to think of like, it's like what would exactly be a horror game?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like I consider it kind of in that genre or suspense type game. I think that's okay enough to categorize it. I mean, like you said, it is survival, and I think that game's great. I've seen it. I haven't fully played through it, so that's why To me, that seems like a very story-driven game, and I think that's why a lot of people like that game. But I'm not sure if the controls are great or. Um, the graphics look pretty good, but
Well, I think I might put one answer together because I think both are great. I don't know if I would rate one above the other, but I would have to say Resident Evil 7 and 2, the remake.
all right, yeah, no, those are pretty good. I think those are good, solid answers. Did you like the Silent Hill franchise or
I
any of those games?
actually, I've never played Silent Hill before. I'm kind of diving right in October, so that's going to be
Oh, nice. So you are going
interesting.
to be getting into Silent Hill games and stuff in October.
That's the plan.
Nice. Can't wait to catch those. So tell us. I'll probably ask you again towards the end of the stream to kind of just let us know, just so if there's new people stopping in by then, or maybe some of these people have to leave, they know when to catch us. So what's your stream schedule like? What days are you streaming and around what times?
So I've kind of been, experimenting since I've been, back for like the last, technically I've been back since like middle of June, but I've really started getting going again this past week. As of right now, it is Tuesday and Wednesday. I try to do at 11 a.m. Central. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, Friday, Saturday, I do. I try to start at 9 p.m. because I usually work Friday, Saturday. So I try to do 9 p.m. That's usually what time I get home. Um, Always finding the energy to do it right after work is, it's always this, you know, it's life. It's usually a struggle, but we usually try, we usually fight through it. Sundays, I recently switched to a 4 p.m., but I might move that to a 6 p.m. So I will, it's ever changing, but that's my current schedule right now.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So not too bad there. I was wondering what times to be able to catch it because I know which unfortunately lately I haven't been able to catch a whole lot of streams, but I'm always on the lookout. So if I see you on and stuff, I try to pop in and say hi. But I just hadn't seen you on since you're started. I know I saw some posts on Facebook, I believe, where you were talking about starting streaming again, and I thought that was cool. I was like, awesome to see because there's think two or three other streamers who I had followed and tried to keep up with, and they also just started again. So I think that's kind of cool to see because I see more people stopping streaming than I do seeing starting up. So
Unfortunately.
it's yeah, unfortunately, yeah, and that sucks. That shows like the time of the economy and people's busy schedules and I guess expectations in this when it comes to streaming. I think people have this, oh, I'm gonna get big and be a big streamer and make tons of money, and then none of it happens at all, and they just kind of throw in the towel and are like, yeah, this isn't for me. And but I enjoy it. I have fun, so that's not no problem that I don't feel I'm ever gonna face. But the day I stopped having fun with this and seeing the lovely people that come on the show or stop into the chat and the streamers that get to be a part and share the experience of the community, I think that's what that keeps me going. That's a lot of fun, and I'm glad you were able to find some time this morning, come on the show, and be a part of the many great streamers who've been on here previous. So thanks again.
Well, appreciate you having me here.
Yeah, anytime. Yo, Mad Rocks, Alan Wake. Have you played any of the Alan Wake? And welcome in,
I
Guardian.
I actually recently finished Alan Wake. I still got to do the DLC, but with my schedule, I had to push that back a little bit. But finished the game.
Nice. How did that game looked really nice. Like I saw some of the graphics on it on PC. I think I don't know if it's on other stations, but it just looked really really good. And the story and like kind of like the effects and things, they were pretty cool. How did you enjoy it?
I really liked it. I wish, and I said this at the end of I think my last stream with it, that I wish the scares were a little bit scarier. I've heard Alan Wake 2 is pretty scary. It has a lot of jump scares from what I've heard. Yet to play it. I hope to get that in hopefully between this month and November. So we'll see what happens with that. But overall, I mean, the story was good. The voice acting was amazing. It seemed like people were really committed. So that's just something that's story driven. Something if you can pull like a whole bunch of positives out of a game, definitely. I honestly think Alan Wake's worth the play.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think I'll have to check into that. I've been wanting to do a lot more scarier games and horror or just to kind of dabble in that area. I grew up playing those games, but now that I got older, I'm like, man, I don't know if I can deal physically with all them jump scares and and then a lot of those games are like puzzlers, so they're like problem solving games, in that genre of scary games. and
Yeah.
I get so fucking frustrated that there's like this key that's hidden in this little lockbox that's located in this corner of this room on this desk, and I find myself like going over the area and desk multiple times and not being able to find it, and then I get frustrated because I've spent like 2 or 3 hours on a 15-minute quest or objective that and then I just get so mad, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm not having fun. Let's go play Fortnite and shoot some people in the head. But yeah, it's kind of so. Maybe I'll have to find a good game to kind of slowly creep me back into the genre. And but yeah,
I mean, I'm only laughing because that's basically me. Like
yeah.
you mentioned, like the puzzles, my brain automatically went to like Visage and Madison.
Yeah, that's I've seen people play Madison and that right there exactly. That's what got me. I was like, man, this is pretty puzzly, and I would just be lost and not know what to do. And I grew up on games like one game that really I liked at the time, and I was younger was called Myst, and Myst
I've
was
heard of
like,
it.
yeah, it was like a game where kind of was it first person where you can only see like what your eyes would see, and you have to like. There was I guess you would say part of the story where you would have to change these pipes around to make water flow through them to get to an area at which needed to run this water windmill and produce energy, and then the energy would unlock this door or unlock something. So it was kind of like one of those games where you'd have to sit there and figure out which direction to change the water to go through which faucets. And it was just like pretty fun at the time. And it was like earlier on when I was a teenager when PCs were just coming relevant and those games were out. uh but yeah, nothing too horror back then. I think there was like a couple, was it first person shooters too, like Quake and Wolfenstein and
Hmm.
those type of games. Unreal Tournament was one. I was kind of like my equivalent to Halo. But yeah, so do you have any hobbies that you do outside of streaming?
Well, outside of streaming, I mean, we already touched on the video games, so that's one hobby out of the way. But I love listening to music. I love hanging out with people. A little weird because we talked prior to is like I have social anxiety, so talking to people in itself is a chore. But
Oh yeah. No, yeah, we actually did talk quite a bit about that. Yo, welcome in, Frankie. Let's be frank. Let's give a round of applause, chat, for not only Let's Be Frank, but all the W's who've still been here this morning hanging out with us. Happy Friday to you, my man. We made it. You made it. Good weekend. But yeah, it says yeah, I mean, we'll get back on that. Anxiety I think is a pretty hard thing, to not only deal with, but to be able to get on stream and, as I said, prior to stream and at the beginning, perform, you know, uh, whether we like it or not, or we look at ourselves or believe that we are entertainers, some way or another here on this platform, even if you have no webcam, you're entertaining with your voice. You're
Mhm.
providing some type of connection with the audience, unless you're just completely sitting there quietly, not talking with no camera. Then, of course, the game's the entertainer, I suppose. But are you Jason that lives at the lake, friends with a guy named Freddie? Yo, Frankie. I
I
love
mean,
it.
I do have a friend named Freddie, but I do not live next to a lake. I do apologize.
Yeah, would that lake be called Lake Crystal? And yo, Casey, thanks for being here as well. I did see you stop in. Thanks for showing up and showing some love here to Press X to Jason. Hopefully, you had a wonderful rest of your evening streaming. It was great to be able to stop in, say hi, and hang out. Yeah, no problem. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hadn't got a chance. I met you through. I was wondering how I had met you, and it was through Wahoo, which is awesome. So I was like, I haven't got a chance to see Casey on, so I wanted to stop in and see how the stream was going and getting some games I see in as well. So if you ever want to play some Fortnite, I'd be down. It was Wahoo is awesome. Yeah, Wahoo is awesome. Really great guy. He was just recently on the spotlight. I know. I think you stopped in and hung out with us then as well. So that was awesome. But yeah, so as we get back on, anxiety, I think that's something that a lot of streamers struggle with, and I think I've seen a lot of streamers, including myself, find kind of comfort in streaming to help with anxiety or find an outlet so they can be communicating and engage in something that would normally be outside their comfort level. I actually work with the public on a daily basis when it comes to talking and engaging and face to face. And I can't believe that I even attempted to get in a job role that required me to do that. I was like, oh my goodness, I've got social anxiety. What am I doing signing up for a job that requires me to engage face to face with like over hundreds of people a day, and such a short period of time. And it's just, something that I think's helped when it comes to streaming, and streaming's helped when it comes to that. But it's still, anxiety is something I think we struggle with. And as you mentioned, you struggle with. Is there certain things that you found that help with your anxiety or?
Mainly music. Music calms me down. I've been. It's so weird because I know there was I guess people were talking about the use of a starting scene, scene like a starting scene, ending scene, not having those. I'm like, no, I use that just to calm my nerves because I play some music, even if it's something on the outside, definitely helps.
Oh yeah, music is. I think there's two things that I've always said that people can find a common ground in most cases to where we all can kind of come together. And music is one of those, and food is another. Uh,
Agreed.
you you throw some good food down on the table, and some nice calming or even beautiful harmony music, and you can move mountains, you can inspire people. I think those are two really great things. So what's some of your favorite music? What do you like?
Well, I'm going to be going off the grid with some of this music, but I'm kind of more into the punk, thrash, so A Day to Remember, Avenged Sevenfold. Let's see, 4 Years Strong.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's some of those bands some people in chat may be familiar with. How long have you been listening to that genre of music?
I want to say about since 2011.
Okay, so quite some time now. So you're pretty familiar with those albums and those bands and other music kind of in that genre.
Yeah.
Nice. And you mentioned starting and ending scenes. I didn't get a chance to actually catch exactly what you said about them. You said that you do or don't use them, or what? What were
I,
you?
I I use them, but I've been cutting down on how much I do use them. So instead of like let's say 10 minutes, I've been cutting it down to like maybe 5 or 6 at most.
Oh yeah, no, I think that definitely helps. I know, like today we were able to cut mine down to about 5, just because I actually had time this morning to kind of preemptively advertise out that we would be on the show, and we would have you on as a guest and things like that. Usually it does take about the 10 to 12 minutes, but yeah, no, I think it's good to cut it down, but also I think there's a good leeway of that 10 minutes being okay sometimes, because of the fact that it may take that amount of time for some people to see your advertisement or slowly trickle in. But for the people who have just stopped in to check out the stream and to sit there for 10 minutes to before they're
Exactly.
so there's two sides of the coin there, right? And you have to kind of weigh each one as well. Yo, thank you for the biddies or the biddy and the first time chat. Ali, was it I brain drill? I brain drill? Uh, yeah, I think that's I'm probably mispronouncing it. Or I brain drill? Yeah. Commands. Yeah, unfortunately we have a list of some of the commands there on Stream Elements, but yo, Captain Ben AI, yes, artificial intelligence brain drill. AI brain drill. Okay, gotcha. See, that's me trying to I probably artificial AI is probably smarter than me right now. I'm not gonna lie. Uh, but yeah, welcome into the stream. We are doing our Jokerdad Spotlight episode 148 with our guest today, Press X to Jason, W variety or indie horror streamer currently. What was some of the games that you played in the past before you moved into the horror genre?
All right, so I already mentioned The Last of Us. We can all agree. People could disagree, I guess, but I think it's a masterpiece. I love that game. But other games I kind of jumped into is I think it was Road 96. Great game, by the way. Try it out. I would highly recommend that one. Uh,
What kind of genre is that game? Is that a shooter? Is that a survival or stealth or?
Kind of survival, but it's more like it's not an RPG, but it's like a survival. Like you go on this like road trip, and basically your decisions decide if you survive or die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I like decision making games. There's a lot of those that are like story driven, where you just make decisions and it changes the path of the story in the game. I think that's great. You give me just option A, B, C, and D, and each decision affects the game. And I don't have to really, I mean, maybe there's a couple times where I have to like use the joystick and move people out of the way or kind of direct something somewhere, very easy tasks. I'm there, like that's my that's my old age showing that I don't have to be too much entertained, but give me a good story. And I think that's where a lot of these adaptations of video game shows are doing really well because they're providing like a live action narrative of what we've played, and I think that's really cool. Have you seen like Fallout? Have you ever played Fallout before?
I've played Fallout, never streamed it.
Oh, okay. But you've played it, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. How because I've never played it, but I've watched tons of people play it and stream it, and I kind of get the idea of the universe, and I've watched the series. Did you get a chance to watch the series on Amazon?
I haven't yet. It's on my to-do list whenever I get the time.
Yeah, no, I think again more things on that list. I know that's like the hardest part is finding time to do things. So that's why I always do the best I can to thank everybody for coming on the show because this is time that they could be watching a favorite episode of their favorite show, but they've chose to either be a guest on the show or come in and watch us, chat about different varieties of things. Twisted Metal. Yeah, actually, Madrox, I started that. I think I got like the first episode or two into Twisted Metal. And I'm not sure how I feel. I like it, but then like it feels off a little bit. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too much into it, but it seemed to be okay so far. It wasn't terrible. But I know like The Last of Us on HBO, I watched that. But without really knowing the story, I thought the show was good. But again, if people were to ask me, I don't know. And I like Pascal. I think he's a great actor. And, I think, forget, what's the younger characters?
Are you
Is
talking
it
about
Abby? Is that it? Or?
Ellie?
Ellie, okay, Ellie, that's it. Yeah, see, because I've only watched the game. I think I played the first one like maybe an hour into, 2 hours into at a friend's house on a new game file. So I didn't get really too far into it. but I feel like they could have done, you know, and a lot of people say she does great as an actress and things like that, but I think they could have done better when it comes to like her character and the actress they got to portray her. Even though I think she did great, I think there was still like room for improvement. And then also it was just very, I don't know, very slow. I felt for the show. It was kind of there was like maybe three decent, really great episodes, I thought, and the rest were kind of like filler here and there with like maybe a good 5 minute scene in it. But I think that's like most shows nowadays. They give you kind of enough to keep you engaged, but not enough to, not be able to provide something new for the show, you know. But I've seen some shows that I thought keep you engaged like every single episode, and those become some of my favorite shows. But I think they did overall pretty good.
Yeah, I think they did an amazing job with the show, compared to the game.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, like what do they call that? Staying true to the core, the storyline. You
to the
know,
source material.
source material. There we go. That's what it is. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of those games? You said you played both. Uh,
Yeah, I played both. A lot of people don't like the second one. I don't know what the reason is. I actually do know what the reason is, but I actually enjoyed it. I thought the gameplay was smooth. I thought the story was okay. Could have switched some stuff around, but otherwise, not bad. I think a lot of people were just upset, and sorry about spoilers, but a certain character dies, and people, get up in arms and upset about it. But first one, I think my favorite part of the whole entire game was playing through the cannibal section. Or
oh, okay.
it's either that or Billstown. Billstown, I wish they would have added Bill's and Ellie's interaction to the show. Unfortunately, they didn't, but it's still, as I said, and I like what they did with it. But yeah, Billstown was probably the best part of the game, and then you had the second best to be in the cannibal, fighting as Ellie, through the cannibals.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing that part of the game and then remembering it portrayed in the show as well. And I thought that was good. You know, I thought they did a good job with that, and that's the scene. And yeah, so there, I mean, again, I think the source material they did really great at. I just kind of, I don't know, I thought some of the acting, because I was really hyped when I heard that they were gonna make it on HBO, and then I looked at the cast and I was like, oh, it's great. I guess I just wasn't as won over as everybody else was, like when it came to it. I just wish that, felt like the acting just sometimes just wasn't believable. I guess for me, I wasn't getting like immersed in the characters as I imagined that I would be. I guess I don't know. But some shows, I guess, or actors or actresses can captivate, what I'm looking for, or make it believable for me. But I just felt like I was kind of going, I mean, I guess knowing the material kind of took that away too, maybe, or something. Maybe it was just so hyped that it kind of took some of the joy out of it. But overall, still a good show, a lot better than a lot of other shows I've watched. So I can't really complain too much.
I can see
But
that.
but yeah. So do you have any things in life that you're fearful of? Things that you don't like, that kind of you try to stay away from or avoid?
Are we talking just like natural fears, or?
Oh, a little bit of everything. Yeah, any type of fear.
Well, considering my what I do, I work at a car wash, so you got to make ends meet, obviously, but every once in a while you have to get on ladders. I am afraid, terrified of heights. So it's kind of ironic that I'm having to like climb up a ladder. Like I will sit on like the lowest step if I can.
Oh yeah, heights are not fun. I know some people who, like I know my dad being one of them, and a few others, other relatives and friends, fathers, and things like that, and they've worked on like scaffolds. and different things way up doing building,
Couldn't even do that.
construction. Oh yeah, it's I couldn't
I'd fall off the
imagine.
scaffolding. I would just fall off.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be I like my body would just like tense, and then I just like a lump of a rock, like you said, fall off, or get really nauseous and dizzy and really terrible vertigo and slip.
Hmm.
So it's like, I feel like some people know that they're meant for that and some not. I've always said there's always a thing that I say when it comes to either being out on a boat, right? I always say if I was meant to be on the ocean, I'd have gills. If I was meant to be on a plane or that high up on like a scaffold or in the air, I'd have wings. Those are like, we're not designed. We're land mammals, so we're supposed to stay at our altitude. And so when people don't follow that simple nature, and bad things happen, like they fall to their death because they're taking a selfie over the edge of a cliff, or they drown because they thought they were going to swim all the way out to the buoy and swim back, and nature got the best of them. I feel bad for the loss of life, because I'm an empath, but also the my brain says dumbass to myself, because then I think, like, were they in a situation that one, they could have avoided, and two, was probably not in their best nature to do in the first place. And it's usually one of those two things. So I'm a statistics type of guy. Unfortunately, a lot of people say, well, you'll never live your life to the fullest because you'll never be able to experience some of the things that you're too scared to do. Right. And
Right.
that's a pretty honest, comment to say, because I probably will get to miss out or even have missed out on opportunities looking back as a kid and a child and a young adult that I could have done. But would I still be here to talk about it, right? Because there's a lot of things that, I probably shouldn't have did that I did, and things that I probably could have done that I didn't, that I probably still shouldn't have done. But yeah, that's life for you, and we just learn from our mistakes and keep going. Is there moments like that you've had that you kind of wish you would have done something, but probably were too fearful or scared to do, or
Well, yes and no. I mean, some of my friends took me rock climbing one time, and I was like, I wanted to do it, but just my fear of heights just got over me. So I'm like, no. But I could see the thrill in wanting to, let's say, skydive or rock climb or something like that. But at the same time, like, I could never get myself to do that. Like, now I said, I still take risks on other thing. Like, we talked about food. Like, I always say, like, you don't know if you like it until you try it. Heck, that's how I kind of came across calamari. But you got to experience some things.
yeah, is calamari like the little squids?
I think it's squid or octopus. I don't remember which one, but it's one of the two. I think it's
Oh
squid.
man, I don't know. Like, yeah, I don't know if I could do that. I think I don't know if anybody in chat,
Squid.
uh, Squid, anybody in chat seen The Boys on Amazon too? I'm kind of watched a lot of the good shows on Amazon, but The Boys is one of them. It's a superheroes type show, but it's a comedy, and all the superheroes are kind of portrayed in the world as like celebrities, and some of them are terrible people, and some of them are not that terrible, and you have these arcs where like the good guy turns bad and the bad guy turns good and different things like that, and it's just a good show. But there's a character called the Deep who is kind of like Aquaman in the show, so he can like speak to animals and stuff. And then there's Homelander, which is kind of like Captain America almost. And Homelander's character is a bad guy pretty much, and he realizes that this Deep character can talk to the aquatic life, and he ends up making him eat his best friend, who's a squid, on the show. And he's talking about how it's a delicacy and to eat his friend, and he's literally begging for his life right now. It's just like a funny little episode, or a funny little part. So spoiler alert, I apologize, Chad, if you haven't seen that far, but
Yeah, I haven't
it's
seen that.
yeah, it's a funny show. I recommend anybody who likes comedies with a sense of like it's kind of adulty. So there's like some crazy off the wall sex references, but then there's also good action scenes and just weird, crazy, superhero esque. I think it was originally off of a graphic novel, so comic book type aspect. So really cool. But yeah, Royal, you said you went skydiving. That's awesome. Like Press X to Jason said here, you don't know if he would be able to do that, get yourself to jump. I'm with you there. I think skydiving would be awesome. I don't know how I would feel once I got up there and was ready to jump out of the plane. That's what, like I was saying, that instinct where I was talking about earlier would kick in, and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to be one of the two statistics idiots here that I always warn people to be about. It's like I'm up here on a plane going at a velocity this fast with a fucking parachute on the back of my back, which is fabrics and string. What am I doing? And but then I guess you just take that leap of faith they call it and literally just jump. Uh, it was fun. Awesome. Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. How old were you when you did that? Were you younger or was that recent? And Amazon Artemis said, I see you love horror. Did you enjoy Silent Hill, the short message?
I did. I recently played that. I think it was one of the last games I played before my short hiatus. Well, I guess long, mid range. I don't know, my 5 month hiatus. But I played that shortly before, and I did actually enjoy it. The scares were good. I do wish more Silent Hill games dabbled more in first person, but there was definitely flaws to it. The story was it could have been better, but overall, I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I haven't really got a chance to watch a whole lot of the modern or more recent over the last probably. I think I've only caught like the first couple Silent Hills, but I've heard that they've all been pretty decent. I need to get caught up more on that genre. I need to check out some more streams or find some more streamers who play. Me dabbling in either the talk show here or Fortnite. The only way I get to experience those type of games and stuff is through you guys who stream them. So again, thank you guys for allowing me to live curiously through your content that you're creating, and I think that's like a big thing that shouldn't go unnoticed. If I want to check out some tower defense, I can see what Royal's up to, or if she's playing that game that evening, or some Tom Clancy, or just varieties, DBD. If Artemis is playing, I can kind of get my fix of those games, and not have to install and download and play them myself. And sometimes, who knows, sometimes I get encouraged through you guys to play them myself. It's like, you know what, they're having fun, maybe I'll have fun too, and it gets me out of my bored zone, because sometimes I don't even know what to play, and I'm like, what do I play? Am I gonna like what I play? Am I gonna get invested? And then I'm like, well, is my computer also gonna like run these games? Like I have to dabble in that now that my computer's a couple years old. It's like, do I? And then now I got to figure out what to do from there. It's like, do I upgrade just a couple parts to get me by for another couple years or a year or two, or do I just save up and spend a ton and get all the latest stuff that'll probably be obsolete in 6 months anyways? So it's like, what do you do?
Yeah, and I guess I lied earlier when I said I didn't play Silent Hill. Silent Hill, that was the first Silent Hill game I played.
Oh, nice. Artemis said same. Jump scares was great. Story was good, but I had a few gaps. I loved it.
Hmm.
Uh, and then next horror game you will be streaming.
The next one I'll be streaming. I'm actually going on later tonight. Uh, Anybody heard of the Bathhouse by Chilla's Art?
I haven't. The Bathhouse is what it's
The
called.
Bathhouse, yeah. I think they're doing like a re-release or a reimagined version or something like that. And they're releasing it supposedly tonight. So I am gonna add that to my schedule. I'm looking forward to it because it's one of the very few Chillis Arts games I haven't seen streamed, haven't played. Because I mean, I played Night Security. I think that was like the first one I ever actually played. But I've seen so many streamers play like the convenience store, the closing shift, and I'm like, well, I already know how that game goes. So I mean, it's not going to be authentic or just raw emotion.
Yeah, you're gonna know what to expect, right? You're gonna kind of see it
Mm.
coming, and yeah, no, I think in the horror genre, I think that's like the biggest thing is, being true and genuine to the experience, and I think that's something that I would be happy about because I just haven't played or seen a ton of horror games. So a lot of any game that I would play would kind of be a new experience in itself. Even some of the games that I've watched, I forget what parts. I don't. I unless I watch the whole thing, right? I'm gonna not know what area of the game that's in. If I'm only catching people streaming like an hour or two here and there of a game they're already like halfway through, right? I'm not gonna know if that's the beginning, the end, or what's going on unless I caught it multiple times throughout their playthrough. But yeah, no, I can't wait to check that out if I'm still up and at it. I know I give you kudos for being one of those streamers who can stream at night after a hard day of work. All you guys are W's. I know Artemis came rolling through late last night during her regular scheduled stream, and she was like, "Yay! I had 5 minutes to hop on and make sure I was online and ready for stream." So she was ready to go. So for you guys to work all throughout the day, and then have that energy at night to stream, play games, have fun, entertain your community. Big kudos to that because I barely find enough energy in the mornings to do that, let alone after I've worked all day. So big W's, and it's Wahoo. Hey yo. Welcome in, my man. Glad to see you here this morning. We got another W here. Press X to Jason, who I've known for quite some time in the community. Going on 2 years now since I've started. You were one of the very first streamers that I believe I followed. Yeah, so that's crazy to believe that it's been that amount of time already that we've. And you said you've been streaming for what, a total of 3? You said.
Yeah, I think it was like it had to been like late August of 2021, somewhere around there. So it's been I guess August would be 3 years. Well,
Oh,
this August is
awesome.
3 years. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that sounds about right because I'm pushing, yeah, into can't believe it's already August already, and that's about when I hit. So my 2 year mark is coming up here in the next like I think week or two. So we'll be doing our stream anniversary coming up probably either by the end of this month or we'll have it at the beginning of next month. We're just kind of trying to line up days that I can actually do something and then find out what we're going to do. But to think that it's been, I'm on 6 years this month. Awesome. So you got a stream anniversary too this month. Wahoo. Yeah. Tell us when that might be. So I know to show up and show some love and support as always. You guys are all W's. It's wild to imagine the time that's passed. I know when I was going through your clips, seeing, different backgrounds or different angles, different microphones, different haircuts, different style, and seeing how much older you've got throughout that time. No, I'm just kidding. See all those facial flaws that have occurred. So that's the thing with me is I'm the Jokerdad. I can get older, but you guys won't be able to tell because the face filter will always remain the same. Yeah, back in my day, the internet came in the mail.
Back in my day, a nickel, quarter cost a nickel.
Yeah, exactly. That's why there was I live here in Minnesota, and I guess up at the state fair, there's a booth or a company that's there every year, and they do this bottomless cup of milk. So you can either get like 1%, 2% chocolate or whole milk, and you pay a certain amount, and you can come back later with your cup and get more milk, right? So it's a Midwest thing, I guess, because I don't know why the hell in summer during a state fair and it's hot as hell, you're gonna think I'm gonna drink some milk. I mean, the best thing you're gonna do is get me a
Yep.
milkshake.
It's definitely a Midwest thing.
That is very Midwest. Exactly. Yeah. So, but it used to be apparently reading the news article back in 1950, it was 10 cents for a cup, and it was endless milk at 10 cents a cup. Now, last year it was $2 a cup. This year they've raised it up to $3 a cup for endless milk. But I think after one cup of milk, I'm done. I don't know if I'm going to come back for the endless option and drink multiple cups of milk throughout a hot day at the fair while riding rides. I think that's just like a recipe for disaster. Milk is
Oh
for
boy.
babies. I'll have a beer. Yeah, exactly. That's the kind. The question is, what kind of beer? Yeah, any ordinary beer. Nice. Milk was a bad decision. Yeah, dairy beer would be terrible. Is that a thing that people actually like? Because I know alcohol.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I do. I used to drink White Russians, which are kind of like cream and half. So it's very milkish. You could do milk with it, milk vodka, and like a Kahlua style coffee drink or things like that. But I don't know if I could do something like that. While being out in the heat and in the sun and stuff like that. So I'd probably want like a fruitier style drink or maybe a good bourbon or whiskey, whiskey and coke or something. I don't even drink. I'm just talking. When I was a kid, I would drink a lot, but probably when I shouldn't. And when I was old enough to drink, I was done with it. So, I mean, one of our streamer buddies made the mistake of mixing milk, beer, and very spicy things, and he was in some pain.
I can
Yo,
imagine.
I've seen that multiple times. Like we just had that last night. Yo, Frankie, how are you feeling? Yeah, matter of fact, let's be frank. How are you feeling, my man? How's
As
your
somebody
stomach this morning?
as somebody who's done spice challenges, yeah, that seems like a terrible combination.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's be frank. Did a spicy bean, uh, drank some milk to combat the spice, and then had to do a shot of Fireball after.
Oh my,
And, and
that's
and he subbed
horrible.
the shot of Fireball because he didn't want to chug a beer. His redeem is to chug a beer, so he took a shot in replace of it. So we'll see how he's feeling this morning. Probably not so hot. I don't drink a lot of beer. I just freebase. Yo, Wahoo, that's wild, man. Wild. No. Oh man, that is terrible. Poor guy. Yeah. But yeah, so we have here your bio. I just had it up. Let me pull it back up here.
I've been meaning to change that thing for a while. Like the last probably 3 or 4 months, I've been thinking about changing that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Whenever I tell people like we were talking earlier, little steps. Nothing's forever. And you never have to rush to anything either. Once you have something set up, like mine, I think it still has me as a schedule to stream every day of the week. But I took off Tuesdays and Thursdays over the last probably couple months, so I need to update mine as well. But it's just knowing, having a base foundation of kind of information there is like, genuinely better than nothing. I know there's a
True.
lot of people who've been streaming for a long time and they still have like a blank or very limited, about section. And I tell people, get that filled out. I'll be more than happy to help if I can or give them ideas on how to do it. But
I
yours
might
is
have to take
great.
you up on it.
I mean, you have a lot more than what most people have. You have information under the about. It says, "Hi, my name is Jason. I'm mainly a variety horror streamer, but I play other games too. Gaming has always been a passion. I really enjoy bringing smiles to faces and making people laugh." You've got your Facebook, your YouTube, your Twitter or X, and TikTok, and then you got your schedule here, your featured viewers. Uh, the You also have your leaderboards, which is nice, so people can see about that. You've got your customized panels as well. It says, same thing, bringing smiles. So that's good. And that's how I tell people too. Just copy your same bio. So in case someone doesn't read the top one, they can catch the information again. You've got your typical list of rules. So you guys can know if you go into Jason's stream, what kind of expectations are of the stream. No politics, religious or gender debates, no self promo or asking for shout outs, no backseat gaming unless requested, no game spoilers. And that's, I bet you that's pretty hard, right? Playing those type of games. You're probably going to have a ton of people come in and they're like, hey, can I tell you what to do here? I've seen it in a few people's streams here and there, where someone comes in because they like watching the game and all of a sudden you're stumbling over where to go or something and they're like, God, it's stopping me from, telling them where to go.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I know I would be a person to like beg for help. I'm like, somebody in chat, please, where do I go? like
Yeah,
stop.
my problem's being stubborn. Like, oh no, I got this, I got this, and then like 2 hours go by, and you're like, okay, are you sure you got this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's good though. Like at least you're a very like self-accomplished type of person, right? Like you want to do it. You want to make, see if you can do it first before getting helped. And I kind of I'm that way at times, but other times I'm like, okay, I know I can do it, but I just don't want to invest solely all this time on this one spot or part of the game. So I'm always looking for help. I tell people backseat all the way. So then that's like the difference of people, right? Like, I'm more freely encouraged to have people backseat or talk about talk about like what's coming up, spoilers. I'm fine with it to a point. There was like a couple TV shows where I was really invested in, like Game of Thrones was one of them, and different shows where it was like coming out every week, and then a couple weeks where like I couldn't watch it right on release date, and then I get on social media like the very next day and there'd be like memes and stuff of like a very dramatic scene that I didn't want to be spoiled, and I see it in meme form with, and I have to look away or get pissed off because they're
Hmm.
like, this person died, and you're like, well, fucking things. Like a big spoiler I get pissed off over, but a little one, or people backseating or self promo, I'm not too concerned of, unless it's like first time chat, right? As soon as they join your stream and they don't even say hi, they're like, I'm streaming right now. And you're
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh,
I get that a lot.
you're like, cool. So am I. As you can tell, here you are, and I still try to be nice and like confronting of it. But sometimes I'm like, does that work? I'm like, what you're doing, does that actually ever worked for you? Do people actually stop over and say hi or drop a follow? Like,
Yeah, I've had two people that I know of that have come in my stream and just go, it's like, hey, I'm streaming right now. Please go watch me or please go follow me. I'm like, okay, because it's so awkward. You don't know exactly how, because you're trying to deal with it as nicely as possible. Like, oh, I'll may give you a look, but right now, because read the rules. You can't just come in and promote yourself.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's like
Just ban
knowing,
them.
not just ban them. Yeah, exactly. Easy clap. Those people were cringe. It's just it's kind of, to me, it's just humorous. It's like I don't, I guess I'm more forgiving than a lot of people on this platform, and that's fine too. And I think that's like, knowing the expectations and expectancies of the streamer, right? Like I'm fine knowing that, like, you don't like those things, like that's your stream, your comfort zone, your home, right? Like here on this virtual world, and how you police your home is of no business or means to me, right? But my thing is like the same kind of respect that I have towards people's rules in their stream. I like them to respect my lack of rules or how I operate my stream, right? And I think that's
Hmm.
like the difference of like mods and stuff too, because I actually have mods, and even like Joker Mom at times. Like I love Joker Mom to death, but Joker Mom has zero tolerance on stuff, zero tolerance. My tolerance is like, I have like very, I tolerate a lot. So things happen in the stream that she would think is a bannable offense or kicking or timing out. I kind of just laugh and shrug it off and give the
Oh,
person
same.
another opportunity. So, and I think that goes with a lot of mods, like and being on the same table and same, foundation of saying, hey, this is how we do things here, and give a person a chance. But if they're continuous or if it's racial or discriminatory terms
Oh,
towards
that's
a
an
member,
automatic ban.
yeah, exactly. There's very, very yeah, straightforward. I think there's a thin line. Like I've had people come in killing them in Fortnite, and they come in and they're negative. Like I don't mind that to a point, unless it's like not like the N word or racism or very just you suck or little things like that. I kind of like troll back at them a little bit for the fun of it, for the content of the stream. But once they like, because usually they'll say something like that and then they'll say GG, right? They'll say, oh, good game, nice shot. And then who knows? Maybe they'll be regulars. Maybe they'll come back to hang out and chat or engage with the chat. Sometimes they just disappear into the mist and not drop a follow, right? So it's however it goes. But as long as they're presentable enough to not rage too much, then I kind of keep them around. But yo, Frankie, I asked you a question earlier, my man. How is your stomach, bro? How's the stomach? That's what everybody in chat wants to know. How did the fireball, the bean, and the milk go? I wanted to make you do another because you did say you were going to raise the price on the redeem, and when I hear that, my brain says get it while
Yeah.
it's good. Because yeah, stomach of steel, brother, no issues. Look at that, a champ. We have a fucking great with us today. So I know he was like, "Oh, it's so hot."
New donation.
New donation. Yo, Wahoo! Thank you for the $5 tip to filling the backpacks with school supplies. I appreciate you, my man, very very much. That will go towards a binder or some paper or some glue to not only stick in the backpack, but to glue Joker Mom's mouth shut when she's yelling at me with no chill, like Zahabi said. He pities me. But no, Joker Mom's great. She'll, she's an amazing, big support of the stream, big support of the community. She's always here for everybody, including myself. So I couldn't ask for a better partner to have faith in me and encourage me and be a part of this journey. Even though sometimes I think she thinks that I like you guys more than her, but I don't, chat. I don't like you guys not even half as much as I like Joker Mom. Right?
Yeah, be
And
careful where you clip that.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, yeah, just clip it off where it says I don't like you guys. Just cut off the rest.
yeah, exactly. Let's be frank. You're gonna glue Joker Mom's mouth. Oh my goodness. Yeah. No.
We'll
Yeah,
start
Frank.
here.
I know Frankie was showing a clip that Zahabi had sent him where they were using like green screen dancers to put into the new GTA game. And the dancer's butt was shaking and jiggling and stuff. And let's be Frank's wifey girlfriend was getting all riled up. I thought that was hilarious. That clip was wild. Yeah,
Pretty funny. I
yeah.
must
It's
ask,
like
be frank though. So you did the spicy beans. Would you ever dabble in the plutonium number 9?
plutonium number 9. That sounds wild. Do you know about that, Frankie? You know about the plutonium number 9?
I'm kind of curious.
What on
Oh,
earth
it's one
is that? Yeah.
one of the spiciest, if not the spiciest, hot sauce that's out there.
Oh
Never heard of
wow.
Mad Dog? I mean, I would pay to see him do that.
Yeah, no, that would be. He's saying he's got a stomach of steel. We got to get you into some more spicy stuff. You need to do, Frankie, what Scap and Ahart did, and you and Wifey do a spicy wing challenge co-stream, where you guys do the dab of wings.
Oh, those
I would
that's an
love to see
amazing
that.
challenge. But yeah, I even claim to have a stomach of steel, and I would never dabble into the plutonium number nine unless people actually paid me to do it.
Yeah, he's like, let's stick with the alk. Yeah, the alcohol. Yeah, always have fun. He's got a chug a beer challenge. That's always fun. But yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna look at your page some more. We got your schedule here, which you said's a little off, a little different, right? Or is that up to date? Is
The schedule is up to date right now. I've actually added in games and actually have a schedule set up for that.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm experimenting with days basically, and since I'm basically just trying to get back into streaming, so I'm just like, I just want to build the consistency, and we'll go from there. See what days work best, and
Yeah, no, that's a great mindset to have with it, and I tell people that it's okay to change things up, to, dabble with different times on different days. Whatever works, if you can the big thing is, like you said, is consistency. Don't some people just kind of stream when they get time, and I think that's okay too, because that's what they can work with. But if you have some like consistent days where, like every Sunday, I'm not going to be doing nothing from this time and this time, give it a try, check it out, see how it works, and then try to be consistent with that time. But even if you have to cancel here and there or not do it, I think just, continuously attempting is better than not. And I think once your audience and community get used to seeing you at those times, they know when to expect you, and then they know to tune in. I think like just like my off streams, like some days I do off streams, and on those off streams, I at least always get a comment with people saying, "Well, this isn't your normally scheduled stream," or "I never see you on at this time." Because they know when to catch me. They know what days, and it took them a while. There was like, when I dropped off Tuesdays and Thursdays off my schedule from streaming every day a week, they were like, whoa, Jokerdad, are you okay? You weren't online. You weren't streaming today. Is everything okay? And I'm like, yeah, I just dropped my schedule down, and it took them some getting accustomed to. But I still, some days I like to hop on the Tuesday or Thursdays if I'm not doing anything or have other things planned or scheduled. But I think finding a good consistency of like not burning yourself out, and then also not streaming enough. There's some streamers out there who, I miss, I wish they were still streaming. And I try to encourage them, hey, man, stream once a week, every Saturday for 2 hours, or every Monday for, an hour of just chatting before you start your day. I think those things are good for like a release off of a person. At first it might feel like it's more of a stress or a burden to stream, because like you said, you've got anxiety, or you have to prep or get the things set up, or and some people would rather just not do it than to do it. But I think once they start doing it and they get into the swing of things, and they slowly build up their community, I think that engagement of streaming is very therapeutic. I think it's very emotionally therapeutic and physically for people, where it kind of like is a comfort. So if you're not finding streaming as a comfort, and you're finding it as more anxiety, more stress, more concern, and it's not bettering your life in some shape or form, you might need to re-examine how you're looking at streaming and what it provides for you.
agreed.
Here we go.
Yo, biddies. Money, 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 dollar, 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 ching, ching, bling, bling. Yo, let's go with 100 fucking biddies, AI. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those. I appreciate the kind gesture towards the stream and the community. Very much appreciated. Yo, welcome back, Blessed. Glad to have you here as well. Being affiliate is awesome. Yes, it very much is.
Great.
I think being an affiliate, is an example that we should also have towards individuals who are pushing to become an affiliate. And once they become affiliate, I tell people like it doesn't change from there. wanting to grow as a content creator, provide more. Once you hit affiliate, some people are like, "Oh, I'm monetized. That's awesome. Now I can just stream and make tons of money." And it's like that's not going to happen. But I mean, it might if you
It
have
could.
yeah, it could if you put in the work and the effort. Like you have to somewhat be consistent. You have to be presentable. There's tons of things that you have to do. And be learn the games you're playing, learn the genre, know what to add to the stream, chat bots or overlays or sub badges and emotes and sound alerts and maybe other mini games within, just whatever you're looking for that kind of builds to your brand of what you're creating. And some people don't look into any of that or past the I'm affiliate stage, and they kind of rush through it all and not learn in the process. So, but I think that's something that we all like learn over time, and I try to be an encouragement too. So if anybody ever has questions or concerns about anything, or looking to do anything, definitely reach out. I'll be more than happy to help. But yeah, guys, we did. I failed to mention. Thanks, Mad Rocks, for the mentioning. I need to make a bot command to mention the bot commands because we did have someone come in earlier and mention. I think it was AI actually who used the commands. But we do have some. We have the jump command. We also have the weather command there, where you can actually see the weather in your area, as well as we added a skip command, which will actually be using at times for like giveaways. So who can skip the rock the farthest across the water? I think it goes up to like 1 to 100, right? 1 to 100 feet. So something fun there. And then we have IQ, which the IQ goes up to I think like 144, which is max IQ, I believe. So really cool there. Is the club worth it? Hold on one second. My stuff's all messed up here. Is the club worth it yet? Is that a question directed towards me or Jason? And what club? I'm kind of
Yeah, I'm
confused.
kind of curious about the club too.
Yeah, I need to know this club. Are we talking about a golf club, a membership club, the party club, like the dance club? Like, what are we doing here? I could use a little dance club right now.
Oh, the Cool Kids Club.
The Cool Kids Club. Yeah, I'm all about the Cool Kids Club. But yeah, so we got your schedule here. Let me go back and see. We got your PC specs, which as well we got your equipment. So your looks like your ring lights and your key light and your capture card. We got your green screen, your webcam. We got your PS5. We got your studio arm, your stream deck. We got your games that you've played or play. So a good variety there, it looks like. I like that. So I wish that's something that I wish. I mean, I guess I can always change because I really haven't played a ton of games on stream. But I probably would want to document what games that I played, right? That's a good thing to add to your about section. I think that provides info and like inquiring people who like come to your page and want to see what games you've dabbled in and what games you played. It's a conversation starter, right? It's like I can come into your stream and I go, hey, I saw you played Hades. What was crazy about this part, right? Or what did you think about this boss? Or, there's so much room for knowledge of expression and engaging in friendships and building up relationships with other people. That this is a big key point. So anybody out there, highly recommend if you're a variety streamer, you play a variety of games, to definitely document them as you go.
I actually need to edit some of it. Like, it's a funny story. Well, not really funny for me. I cry on the inside, but My second move, I ended up like a good portion of my streaming equipment got damaged, so that was part of my delay. So I ended up having to throw over $1,000 worth of equipment, like into Amazon. I'm like, well, I got to replace all of it, so I got to update some
Oh,
of it.
oh yeah. No, that's oh, welcome in, Turtle. How we doing, my man? Good to have you, Turtle. If you don't know, press X to Jason. Definitely highly recommend checking him out. Good morning as well to you, Heavy Man. I didn't get a chance to say good morning. Happy Friday to you guys. Just waking up, bro. I wish I
We
was
all
just
are.
waking up. Yeah. I think everybody's kind of just getting the energy and the flow going. I woke up at like 5 this morning when Joker Mom woke up. And for some reason, I couldn't fall back to sleep. So here we are. It's going to be a long day for me. But I'll manage to push through. We'll see how I feel tonight, though. We usually do a Fortnite Friday here in the community. I'm going to see how I'm feeling tonight once I get home from work and get settled in. If I have enough energy to get some games in, but if not, I'll definitely let you guys know and keep everybody up to date. But we did mention, or I saw here. Hold on one second. There was something I was going to mention. Oh, it says AI said August 5th, Twitch has new creator club. Oh, I'll have to check into that and see what that is. I think that would be
Oh,
very
that club.
interesting. But yeah, you find the Discord location to sign up. Um, but yeah, it says Frankie. But no, I appreciate everybody coming in today, this morning. And again, appreciate the donation as well. Again, Wahoo towards the school supplies of $5. So if anybody is interested in donating towards that, they can find that right above chat in the pinned area, my tips and donations. Or we're also doing the Wounded Warriors Family Foundation. They've just overlapped. So this week is the Wounded Warriors. And then we'll be doing that again, raising over on Rider 29 stream tomorrow during the game space that we do. It's a community kind of podcast or talk show similar to this, but with me and Ryder hosting. And then we kind of highlight over up and coming games that are coming out next month. So people can kind of know what to expect to be released that month. And if they're looking for like a new game to play, it kind of helps with insight on like what maybe works for them. Some people are going to find games that they absolutely would never play, but then they'll find ones that maybe look appealing. I think there's always like one or two games at least that I like that I come across each time we do it. That would be something I would play. But it's always weird because then there's some that I wouldn't play, but I would like to watch someone play, right? Who likes those type of games. So I think it's very cool looking at it from different perspectives on, the gaming world. And so hopefully you guys can join us then 7 p.m. CST tomorrow on Rider 29 stream. But yeah, so we'll go and do some more questions, and I'll look back at your page here and maybe check out some clips as well. See what different games you might have clipped or have available to watch, or maybe a past broadcast. So some of the chat can kind of get an idea of what to expect and how it's all set up over on your stream. And so we went over the biggest fears. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? What would be your destination?
Anywhere in the world, probably Japan. Japan has a lot of culture. There's a lot of things I love about Japan. So I think that'd be a good starting point. Like my ideal spot I'd love to visit.
Yeah, Japan's is a W location. I think I love the culture. It seems very, their food, how they embrace the gaming world as well has a big influence on Japan's culture. Just like I think it does here in America too. Gaming here in America is huge. Same as the music, right? I think it's just as big. I think I saw an article that said the gaming industry accumulates more money than both the music and entertainment industry together. So I don't know if that's true or not, but I can see it, especially now, in the world we live in where everything's going digital, less physical stuff. I think I heard Xbox won't be making, or Microsoft won't be making game systems in the future, that they're gonna reprioritize into like online content and things like that. And I don't know where that's going or if that's true or not, but it's just weird to see and not know where the gaming industry is going, right? Like where the technology's taken us and what we'll see as prominent in the future. What is it? Reminds me of, what is it? Player 9 or Ready Player 9 or Ready Player something. Steven
I know what you're talking
Spielberg
about.
movie. Yeah. Artificial intelligence. Yeah. No, exactly. AI. You're dead on there. I mean, I saw, what was it, Neuralink Elon Musk article the other day that was talking about that sooner, these implants, these gamers are going to be able to react quicker than the normal brain. And you're going to see competitive virtual robotic gaming and stuff. It's like things that were mentioned that's possible. Couldn't imagine seeing that, right? Cyborg human beings gaming competitively.
New donation.
Yo, Casey, thank you for the $5 donation towards the filling of the school backpacks. If you guys didn't know, if you're not a part of the Discord, highly recommend joining the Kingdom of Clowns Discord. You will receive updates towards the filling of the backpacks. We do have the picture of the 4 backpacks I'm trying to fill. So once we get those donations processed, I'll use those funds towards buying, crayons or paper or notebooks. I know a lot of the kids nowadays, they need earbuds or headphones, I guess, since a lot of stuff's done electronically over like tablets or computers. So very cool there. I was a slacker and just joined the Discord. Well, wonderful to have you, Casey. I appreciate you joining. Make sure to click the roles and the rules. And then, as well as if you have your Twitch connected directly to Discord as like a verified account, you'll automatically be put on the live streaming now section when you stream, and be notified when live through the auto live now forum post area in the Discord as well. So that'll kind of give some increased visibility. So I tell people, even if you're not a very communicative person and you don't, not really fancy with Discord. I know you yourself, Jason, you mentioned that you don't really dabble in Discord too much. If you're one of those people, it's still great to be a part of, because there's still an opportunity at increased visibility, even though sometimes, it's not guaranteeing that people from the kingdom will see you or show up, but it just gives you a higher percentage that they may see you, right? And I think any increased visibility when it comes to streaming is good, because just this morning when I was going live, I was, advertising myself out there, self-promoting myself, because no one's going to do it for you guys, unfortunately. No one, I don't have people in my corner as soon as I go live saying, hey, go check Jokerdad out. There's just Jokerdad saying, hey, go check out Jokerdad, right? And unfortunately, that no one's going to do it but ourselves. So you have to put yourself out there. And when I was putting myself out there, I noticed that there's tons and tons of streamers at this moment, probably thousands, if not, hundreds of thousands, that are going live at the same time, right? Or that are millions that are streaming at the same time. And to have any breakthrough of that visibility, of discoverability, is tough. and to have us here to be able to like help one another. That's why I really enjoy the spotlight here, because I get an opportunity to sit down with you, Jason, for these hours, and really get to talk to you, talk about you, give you that increased visibility, even if it's only to 2 people or 20 people or 200 people. It's more people than what Twitch offers, and more opportunity than most other streamers will give or provide. So I think that's like very cool, and I really enjoy doing it and getting to know you guys in chat. Having you guys on, I've had many of you on the show before, and to see you guys come through and show these streamers who are guests currently, like Jason, the same love that previous streamers and other viewers have showed you guys, just means the world to me. So thank you guys all for coming in today and hanging out with me and Jason, and providing him with a great opportunity to get to know you guys. So I highly recommend everybody in chat, if you do stream, you're welcome to tell us in chat today, what you do stream, how long you've been streaming, and drop each other a follow. If you see these are other streamers that stream here in chat, drop them a follow, hang out with them. I'm sure they'll return a follow, maybe check out your stream sometime. And if for some reason, say they aren't your cup of tea, that's okay too, guys. I hear it quite often. They're like, oh, this person unfollowed me, or this person, dang them. And I think that's like an easy jerk emotion, right? Or, I wouldn't say jerk as in like a terrible person, but like a spontaneous emotion, right? You think negatively when you think someone unfollowed you, or maybe someone doesn't like clowns or something. You're like, wow, fuck you. You don't like clowns? I don't like you,
Hey, to be fair, I am not a big fan of clowns. That's another fear.
Another fear? Okay. Well, Jason, I appreciate you coming on the show today, guys. Thanks for having him. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, no. On that note, I'll give you more reason to not like clowns. No, I'm just
It's
kidding.
mainly clowns and mannequins, which that's been kind of fun with horror games. But yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. You just took the words out of my mouth. I'm like, this guy doesn't like clowns, but plays indie horror. Have fun with that one. Yeah. You're gonna not like clowns definitely after you're done with those games.
Oh, I already hate them.
Yeah, exactly. Can you drop the link for Jason, please? I'm not huge into horror games, so we'll definitely check you out. Yeah, we'll drop another shout out here.
But yeah, another thing, guess while we're waiting, I'm actually going through a small rebrand, like a very small one. I thought about changing my name because it was like, it doesn't fit the horror thing. So I guess this is like the first time I'm displaying my new, my future new logo. So
yeah, no, you're welcome. I would share it to a point of giving like a hint, but I would not share it publicly until it's created or already established, because you don't want someone to kind of come in and out of spite or hate or just to disrupt, create the name before you do. That's what I would just highly recommend, because I know there's some people out there, maybe not necessarily in the stream at the moment, but may stumble across the information and just like to rustle, or I've seen people create handles and stuff like that and then try to sell it back to the individual wanting the handle. So like
that's
really,
why it's backwards.
yeah. Yo, and Athena's Wrath, thank you for coming in as well. I saw you stopped in a moment ago and said hi and good morning. Good morning to you. And I appreciate the lurk as well. Hopefully your Friday goes well, and have a wonderful weekend as well. I am an artificial intelligence artist. Yo. Well, that's good to have you in. Thanks for stopping in and showing some love to Jason. I know a few people use the AI art to help contribute towards their passion of art. So I think that's crazy where that's going. But yeah, let me see some of the we got your game list here. So scroll through some of that. We got some Spider-Man, some Resident Evils. There's the Road 96, Snowman Stray, Tattletale, The Last of Us, Until Dawn. So a lot of great variety games there. We got all your Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Discord, your sub banner. We got your merch, your tips. We got your sponsorships of Six Gaming and Dubby. We got your subtle Asian treats. Those are cool. We got, what is this here? Pretzel rocks. So are these websites that people can order little treats for and they're sent to you, or just they can order them for themselves?
Are you talking about the Pretzel Rocks one?
The Asian treats and the pretzels, like, are those just where like people can order for you, or do they just order for themselves and you get like a discount code there that they can save a little bit of money on?
Yeah, I think it automatically, like once you click on it, it automatically goes to mine. But Pretzel Rocks is not what you think it is. It's actually like it's what I use for my intro and outro music and stuff.
Oh,
It's
cool.
DMCA free, so you won't get hit with a strike. I think it's only like $10 a month, so I mean it's not that bad. And the subtle Asian treats, I actually thought it was like something about like kind of like Tokyo treat or something like that. That's what I thought it was initially, and it's like they sell plushies.
Oh, that's cool.
So they have a whole bunch of like Pokemon ones, and I honestly wanted to get like a picture of the like one of the Pokemon ones, but it just didn't work. So
Oh, that's cool. And then we got your gamergrind.co, which looks like to be some freshly roasted coffee for gamers. That's pretty cool. So yeah, just having a variety of content like that, different sites that you might collaborate or have a discount code or will sponsor or endorse you, it definitely helps with visibility, looking more professional. Anything that makes the stream or the content there more professional, I think encourages people more likely to check out the content. And I think you've done a good job with that and presenting yourself. We'll see here if you got any clips that we can watch. All right, we got a couple actually that was recent, or we got one here that was recent. Not a very good hiding spot. I like that. Let's see what
yeah,
this
that
is.
one.
Where do I hide?
Where do I?
Oh! What the crap? That was not even 2 minutes. Oh my
no,
gosh.
that was very, very, very fast there. I didn't give you much time at
One of the
all.
very few times I will
Oh, points? Yeah, I think hold on, let me see if it's cash, or what do I have it under? Hold on. I don't know. I'll have to see. We have the points also set up in Stream Labs. Let me see. Actually, that's a good question here because chat alerts and game duel. I wonder if it's just only in Stream Elements, loyalty. Oh, it looks like I have to I'll have to go in and fix that. All right, we'll have to do that later off stream, but it looks like on Streamlabs it must have reset, so it's only Stream Elements at the time. But yo, welcome in, Hell's Queen from the Nerd Herd. Appreciate you being in and checking in on the stream, checking it out. We got the wonderful Press X to Jason here. We're doing our Jokerdad Spotlight. This is where we pretty much highlight and check out streamers within the community. So we have Jason on today, getting to know him a little bit more, knowing some of the games he plays, what kind of content he streams, as well as just getting to know him on a personal level as well. And speaking of that, do you have like brothers and sisters or other family members, or are you the only kid?
I do. I have a brother and a sister. Pandemic kind of screwed a lot of things up, but finally getting to see them more. Heck, get actually later day, hang out with a little bit of family and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we love family here, getting to see them any chance we can get, or even if you don't get a chance and live far away, I know some people like to keep up on the phone or through messaging. It's a good thing about technology is you can find a way, one way or another, to hopefully keep more in touch if you can. Are any of your family members gamers themselves, or do you have?
I mean, my brother, he loves gaming. Hasn't dabbled into the streaming like I have, but I mean, I would say he likes gaming. Well, you know how they have that little meme where it's like, oh, those are rookie numbers.
Oh yeah, those yeah, that's off of Wolf of Wall Street. I've actually never
Yeah,
even seen that movie, but I know it's got Matthew McConaughey and Leonardo DiCaprio, and I actually want to watch it because the fact
heard
that
it's
I think
really good.
yeah, and I like both of them as actors, and then I think it also has that one comedic guy, Jonah Hill, I think he's in it too. So it's like pretty wild cast of people.
Yeah, so that is basically my brother in a nutshell when it comes to gaming. It's like, oh, you play only like 12 hours a week or, 18 hours a week, 24. Those are rookie numbers up. Pump those numbers up.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think when it comes to gaming, it's I've got a couple friends who used to play all the time, and then adulthood hits them, and then they have to unfortunately play less. And I'm sure they'd love to play more. And there's times where like I enjoy playing a ton. Like I might wake up one day and have like this urge to just want to stream all day and game all day. And then other days I'm like, I don't kind of want to game. Today's kind of like I'm in the mood to just watch streams, or maybe today I'm in the mood to make some clips. Like the other day, I was making some clips and editing videos and stuff, and or making emotes for people. Different things kind of get me into the mood of the whole environment of content creating. So even if you're not in the mood to stream, you can invest that time into something that you do enjoy. And I think there's like different things out there for everybody. So just because you don't stream doesn't mean that you can't fit into the community, right? There's always, if you just want to talk and hang out or provide insight or suggestions or things like that, there's always a place when it comes to streaming, I think. So this has been a good way that I've tried to encourage people who do game. I'm always telling them, I'm like, do you play games? And especially in person, I'm like, well, if you play games, you should probably stream it. You might find some comfort, you might find some friends, or just want to chat. But yeah. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody coming in again. Joker Mom's still here with us as well. Joker Mom, hopefully work's doing good for you. And everybody is treating you well on a Friday. But you said you'll be streaming tonight. What game will you be streaming tonight again?
The Bathhouse is a Chilla's art game.
Oh yeah, the bathhouse. That's what you were saying. Yeah, that just the title itself sounds creepy and scary. Sounds like you said, a Japanese. Is that like a Japanese style game too, or?
Yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but I think Chilla's art is like two developers who are from Japan. So,
Oh, okay.
and I think a lot of their games have to do like Japanese culture.
Oh, okay. So that's cool in itself, like because I know what my first and I don't know if it, correct me if I'm wrong, but I know like one of the first movies that I saw that was kind of, I think, originated in like Asian culture that was a scary movie was The Ring. And I remember that got like re-released to like a more American version with different actors and actresses, and I remember watching the American version, but then going back and watching the foreign version too, and I just remember those movies were like just creepy at the time, and being younger and stuff when they were coming out or when they were here. It kind of reminded me of like where we've been through when it comes to like that influence on gaming. I've seen a lot of games since then that I think have been influenced by older movies or even some of the games that have came out. But I think a lot of people don't realize that that's where like our Nintendos and stuff came from. You know, like we had them here in America, but the counterparts were already out in the Asian culture before they arrived here in the States. So I think that's very cool in itself too, that they were originators of some of the most great modern day games. Was there games like what was your as a kid? What was your favorite game to play as a kid? Was there a game that you found yourself coming back to over and over again, or?
The two games I remember, I think the first one was Super Mario Brothers. I think it might have been number three. I think it was three.
With the raccoon tail and flying
Yeah.
and
And then there was Super Smash Brothers when that came out for the N64. That was like my two biggest memories of like gaming and stuff, like first actual games.
yeah, those are classics. Like I know the Super Mario Brothers 3 was like a big turning point for Super Nintendo and actually that was on regular Nintendo. I forgot that I think they pushed 3 on regular. So yeah, I can't believe it. So I remember playing 2 and feeling like 2 was like I liked 2, but 2 got a lot of it wasn't the classic 1, and it wasn't as good as 3 that some people claimed, but it was just like its own thing, and I liked it. I liked 2 as well.
I mean, a lot of people forget about that the NES was actually a system, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, no, let's see here. We're going to highlight over a couple more clips and then we'll go through some more questions. And then we'll be unfortunately departing. But once we depart, since you are streaming tonight, I would usually ask you if you were streaming right after stream that we would raid into you. But if you're not streaming right away, we can find someone maybe of your suggestion. If you do have somebody that you know or a streamer that maybe you watch, we can raid into them, kind of surprise them and wish them a happy Friday. But either way you want to go at it is always fine for me.
sounds good. Oh yeah, and Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, LOL NES always makes me think of Duck Hunt. Yeah, that snickering dog that would just pop its head and go.
Oh, did you hear they actually made a horror game of Duck Hunt? I don't know what it's exactly called, but apparently they made it to where the dog's sentient. So if you shoot at the dog, apparently it attacks you and stuff, like outside in the real world.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I think I've seen like something about it or watched something related to it. It's been a long time, but it does ring a bell, but I don't think I've actually like been too familiarized with it. Back, how long you streaming for? AI, I'm actually probably be streaming maybe another 20 minutes or so, and then we'll be raiding out to another W streamer out there. But I appreciate you coming in and hanging out with us. And for all that may be listening, I highly recommend if you stopped in later in the stream or maybe didn't get a chance to, watch a good portion, they can check out the upload later over the next couple days. We'll get one on YouTube and all the other major public platforms for podcasts and talk shows. So you'll have an opportunity to watch and get to hear some of the information later as well. Let's see here. Wait in the real world, like he breaks down my door and attacks. Yeah.
Let's hope not. That'd be too meta.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden you finish the game and you're like, finally, that dog got what it deserved. And the next thing you know, you hear like a knock at the door and you go open the door and there he is on like just the back 2 legs with its arms crossed and waiting for you to appear.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Twitch's ads and ad revenue for Twitch streamers, especially affiliated streamers?
It could be better.
It could be better. Yeah. No, I think so too. Yeah. It was there recent changes, Wahoo? Because I think somebody was telling me something about changes with ad revenue, and I swear what they were telling me was already in effect. Someone said something about like, because I was under the assumption that you get like a 55-45 You can run more ads and get a higher percentage of profits, allegedly. Um, See, I was aware that as long as you run 3 minutes in a 60-minute period, you get like 50-40 or maybe 55-45 split, with you being the higher percentage. Um, so like, that's not terrible. Like that's because I have it set at that minimum just so I can get the increased ad revenue. Because unfortunately, I don't want to run ads, but I feel like if I'm going to have to run ads, me as the content creator feels that I'm in more deserving of the split than the platform itself, the distributor, who's also making a cut, right? Like they're literally, I'm the one providing the workforce and the manpower to create this stream, right? They're literally not providing nothing but the platform. There's no effort, energy being invested through the platform through Twitch. So why should they profit off of my hard work? That's how I look at it. So then I'm like, well, damn it. That means I have to run these ads then, because if they're going to profit off of it, I might as well get my cut.
Well, what a lot of people don't realize is you can still turn ads off. And I didn't know this till I actually tried to turn ads off. So I still got ads. Didn't realize it. So if you turn ads off, so you don't get the payout, but they still run ads for Twitch. So you still, technically, people still see the ads.
Exactly. Yeah. No,
So
and I
might
had
as well just
learned
have
that
them
too.
on.
Yeah, because that's what I said too. I turned off ads one time and ran, and they're like, "Oh, I'm in an ad." I'm like, "What?" I was like, "I have my ads turned off, and you're still getting ads." Like, so that means again that Twitch is getting their ad revenue, or the companies are paying Twitch to force their ads. Regardless, I mean, likely you're still going to get more ads because I'm running the ads on, but at least this way, there's some type of financial compensation. I think I get like $1 a stream, so I'm making like a
Not bad.
dollar for 3 hours worth of ads ran with the people who watch them or tune in. So over, like, when I was streaming almost every day, that's like $30 a month, or say 20 to $30 a month in ad revenue that I wouldn't receive. And some months, that's what makes my threshold of payout. You see what I'm saying?
Agreed.
So if I didn't have the $20 to $25 in ad revenue, I wouldn't hit the $50 threshold of payout, and then I wouldn't receive a payout. So it's like, you put yourself in a tough position. And then I think with ads, it also, it's discouraging for the stream to miss important information, especially in a podcast or talk show environment like we're doing here. But it encourages people who do enjoy the content to subs to the stream, right? You get the luxury of, for $6 a month, you get the luxury of some cool emotes. You get the luxury of ad-free viewing, and things like that. Which we've discussed or talked about or pondered, adding more sub only features, giveaways for subs only. But I like to run stuff for followers, right? For everybody. I don't like to put a paywall behind any features that people get. Like, I know some will do subs only for the jump game, where people who want to jump on the jump game would, I can turn that on subs only. And but I want everybody to have fun. I want everybody to participate, and unfortunately, it's just how it is, I guess.
Yeah, and you mentioned the I think it was like 3 minutes of ads per hour. It's kind of how I run them, because, like, well, that's the very minimum, and you only see them like once an hour. So, and kind of goes back to the starting scene, because I kind of want to have that to play through the ad and then just start up the stream basically.
Oh yeah. Let's see here. Can you turn them off during the spotlight and only run them when you're playing Fortnite? I could, but that would that would make me have to remember to turn them off each time. And then I'm not sure, as
Sure.
yeah, I'm not sure, as Jason would say, if, I mean, you still might get ads, and when you get ads will be less controlled and be very spontaneous on Twitch's end. At least like how I have ads set up, you get hit with a 30-second ad every 8 minutes. So instead of like getting hit with like 2 minute and a half ads in an hour, you're getting hit with just a 30-second ad every 8 to 10 minutes. So it's more frequent but less lengthy. So you're not missing so much of the conversation. I've gone into people's streams who do the uh, less frequent ads, but longer length to that minute and a half. And what happens is I join their stream and then I type out something like, "Hi, how's your week going?" or "How's the game going?" And then I hit enter and then I get hit with the ad of the minute and a half right away. And I'm like, "Oh shit. Now I don't even know what they're saying, and I have to wait that whole minute and a half, which feels like forever." I think 30 seconds is long enough to where I'm like, "All right, I'm back. Thanks for holding. And what did you say?" So the streamer can repeat themselves again or something. And then I
Yeah,
feel terrible.
and I usually don't have a problem repeating myself on something, or even people would be like, "Oh, I'm in an ad." I'm like, "Okay, I can wait playing through this. If it's not like an important part, I can sit here. It's not like I'm gonna get attacked like out of the blue." So
Yeah, exactly. And that's very considerate of you as a streamer to think about that, right? Like you're stopping your content for just even that, 30 seconds to the minute and a half for the streamer or for the viewer to come back and still have some type of enjoyment and not feel like they've missed something. Some people would just continue their game and not really care too less about the person in chat who's trying to keep up with the content. And I think I've done that a few times, like yourself, to where like if a game has a slow pace, or I have the ability to pause or let people catch up to what we're talking about, I try to do the same. But unfortunately, like in battle royale games like Fortnite, the best pause I can do is go hide in a damn bush somewhere and hope not to get ran over by a car or a grenade chucked into the bush. But
that's when you just clip it for later.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. All right, let's see here. I'm gonna try to find some more clips while it's on my mind here.
Yeah, I think there was two recent ones since I've come back. Because you showed the one from last night. I think there was one from Welcome to Kowloon.
Oh, let's see.
That one was a really good one. Don't remember what I named it though.
Let's see. I think the next closest, this one. Okay, we watched that one. This one's last year, 9 months, 8 months. All right, year, 9, 2. This one's 2 months. A perfect present. That one. Kumakuni is the one who clipped that one. And then 7 months. I'm not seeing the other one, I don't think.
It should be I know it's on the featured clips. I don't.
Oh, okay. Let me go there. Let me check that for you. Maybe. Here, we'll just click default and see if we can find it there. Yeah, featured clips. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just missing it. But
Weird.
yeah, we'll check this one out here.
I kind of need to know what it is. There's only so many combinations I can do, right? Oh, wow.
Oh, nice. You got it. You just guessed it. What is it? What do they call that? The scientific term?
I know what you're referring to. I do not know what the term is though.
I know. Process of elimination. Is that what it is?
Yeah, because I'm like, well, I know it's one of these. I have like one of the letters. So let's just.
Yeah, exactly. How many? Because, if you have one of the letters and you only need the other two, there's only so many combination, sequences that you can go through before you eventually get the correct one. And honestly, that's how they do a lot of hacking things, or, in the world of, numbers and letters and stuff, it's just process of elimination. And just randomly going through sequences until eventually you stumble across the right one and bingo bango. Let's see here. So we'll go to watch another one here. What is this?
Oh, that 27-second one. That's what it was.
Oh, the 20. Okay, let me go to that one then. Oh, this one here?
Yeah, it was that one right there.
Oh, okay.
Actually got me. Yeah, that one.
He doesn't fit. Of course it doesn't.
Oh my goodness.
Did I die?
Did I die? I think you did in real life a little bit there. Yeah.
Did I die? What was that? Oh.
I usually try not to make clips
Was not
that
expected.
long, but it just fit because I'm like, well, I'm probably gonna shorten it up a little bit because I do plan on making like a channel trailer. I know that's like 3 years in the making right there, but
Yeah.
shorten it up a little bit. Add that to it. But I think that was like one of my first mainstreams back, and I was just decided like I'm gonna play this game, and we had like a whole bunch of clip moments. I still got to pull from that.
Yeah, no, I think channel trailers are great. I try to tell everybody to make a channel trailer if they're able. I had someone make one for me, which is a pretty default one with the coin flip with my logo on it, and but more customizable one would be great. I need to edit some videos or stuff together and learn to do a little bit better in that department. Like I can do clips and stuff, and I'm just learning clips and effects and things added through the software I use. But to actually make a channel trailer or I wanted to make like a raid video too for people coming in after a raid so they can kind of be presented with the content, like I can tell people, hey, I run a talk show, but to actually have clips from each, a list of a couple of the streamers, right, who've been on and maybe special moments in each episode, I think would be fun to tie it all together so people can kind of get an overall idea of what to expect here in the stream. But I just haven't got around. Again, time, right? There's more ideas than time. And
Exactly.
so it's tough to kind of get it all in. But that's good to see because I've seen you working on things on your stream, over the process. And especially with you coming back to streaming a little bit more frequent than you were in the past with your hiccups and stuff. I think that's awesome, and I was great to hear when I saw the message bling on my toolbar, and here you were saying, hey, I'd like to finally sit down and get a date scheduled. I was like, awesome, good to see. It's a step in the right direction when it comes to getting back into the swing of things.
Well, heck, I think we've been talking about this since like what, late last year, maybe March.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
lined
exactly.
up.
Yeah, I'd reached out to you a while ago. Yeah. So, and then that's the thing is you have to make the initiative and I had to reach out and then you finally were able to get some time once everything got squared away and here we are. So I thank you again for being a part of the show and stepping us one step closer to our 150th episode. I can't believe we've had close to 150 W streamers on the show. So, and now you being one of them is absolutely amazing. So thanks again for coming on and letting us check out some of your content. Some of the questions, we'll do some more fun ones and maybe a couple streaming ones. One of the fun ones I like doing here is if you were a superhero, what would your superpowers be?
Ooh, that's a good one. Considering like all the medical issues I have, I'd be like, oh yeah, healing factor would be nice, but at the same time, you got to think like, which healing factor would you get? Would you get the Wolverine healing factor? Or would you get the Deadpool one that makes you look changes your appearance and stuff? I don't know if I can cope with that. I'd prefer the Wolverine healing factor.
Yeah, no, the Wolverine's pretty cool. Self regeneration, I think they call it. That's just really cool. I think the worst part of it is still feeling the pain, though, right? Like, it's like, oh well, you heal, Let's inflict more pain on you because we know that you can heal from it. So that would be like a benefit and a curse in itself, especially if you were to ever be captive or like they did in the Weapon X, experimented upon. And but yeah. So another fun question. What's your favorite holidays? Do you have like favorite times of the year, holidays, like your favorite season?
I'm probably gonna upset a bunch of the horror fans, but my favorites are Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I'm never truly been a fan of
Yo,
Halloween, which
Eagles,
is I
thanks
know
for still
weird,
being here.
but I guess it's just the thing behind it, the story behind it. But I don't hate Halloween, so we'll keep it at that, so that way nobody fully gets offended by it. I don't hate it. It just I like Thanksgiving and Christmas better.
Oh yeah. No, I think that, and everybody's has their own opinion on how what's their favorite, right? And I think Halloween's great. Also, some people would say the history behind any of those holidays is all kind
Mm.
of a little different, right? Like
Well, I say that, and then it's like, well, you mentioned Thanksgiving.
yeah.
You sure you don't know about? It's like, oh, I know about it. I just like the food.
Exactly. Yeah. So liking the food, just the family, the time of the year where family can come together. I think you just slap a different name on it and put it at a different time of the year. I think it would hold just as much value.
Oh,
Togetherness is what
agreed.
I think about it. But yeah, no, that's good holiday times of the year. And another one is, do you have any favorite wildlife animals, like zoo animals or specific creatures, critters, or species that you find that are your favorite that you enjoy?
Are you talking like zoo or just like any type of animal?
I mean, yeah, any type of animal, yeah, species, insects, bugs, reptiles, amphibians, whatever kind of
I mean,
fancy.
I'm a huge dog lover. I mean, we just recently got a kitten, so I mean, that's kind of the complete opposite. But I just love animals in general.
Yeah, no, that's good. I love a good animal lover. We're animal lovers here as well. A good majority of us, and I think, most people like animals, especially if they've had a good, uh, what is it? A good experience. That's what I'm thinking of here. The word experience, right? Because I know some who don't like animals, and the majority of people who don't like animals have had a bad experience with them, right? They either had a dog bite them or their grandma's cat hated them and when they were kids, so like that's their first experience with that type of animal or and they're like, yeah, no. And I think that's the same when it goes to human beings. I've had some people who say, well, I like animals over human beings, like give me a cat any day over a random stranger. And I think, there's some valid points in that argument too. Like, I don't get into big discussions, but I knew there was a big discussion thing going on over like, I remember hearing someone say would it was like a discussion with the women being involved, saying that they would rather come across a bear in the woods than a random man. And I was like,
I can at least understand that.
yeah, I mean, and that's, I couldn't believe that was a discussion, and there was a lot of heated, as in some believed it was like a sexist style comment, right? Where like all men are bad and the bear is better, or maybe you're safer with the bear because the bear either wants to eat you or it leaves. But I think that argument could be the same with with any individual, whether it be a female or a man. That the intention is usually there from the beginning anyway. So the guy's intention, I don't think, is based upon the situation or the scenery. It's just the mind state of the animal, and that's either us or the individual or the bear, right? It's like the bear knows that what it's going to do usually before it does it. So if they're being defensive for their cubs or territorial or they're looking for food, like you're kind of dice rolling it just as much as you would with a human being, I feel. So I'm kind of stuck in the middle there, thinking that both are the same. Like, but
Like,
that's me.
It's like, guy with, who you don't know their intentions, or a bear where you know their intentions but might kill you.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it was just more that the bear would only kill you, right? The human being might do things far worse, right? And I think that's the difference between the bear and the human being, and I think that's the argument that a lot of people were saying. But and at first, I thought that discussion when people were, the meme was going around and things were going around about it. I thought they were talking about. Someone told me about Baldur's Gate 3 and how people were RPing Sex and the Bear characters in the game, and I was like, I thought that's what the was referencing to. So I was lost. My old ass can't keep up with modern times and what these discussions are about anymore because it's always something crazy. It's like, why are we even talking about this? Like these correlations never even will happen
I'm just
in
gonna
real
say
life.
people thirst about the weirdest things. I mean, you talked about the bear, then you had Lady D.
Yeah.
I don't understand it.
And you got like the I remember there I think it starts like a Daphne or something. I remember when I first got into streaming or like even a year or two before, I remember the big thing about this female streamer who was selling her bath water in little
Oh, I
vials
know.
and we're
I know exactly who you're talking about. What's her name? Was it Amaruth or whatever her name it was?
I've heard of Amaroth or Amaruth. I don't know if that
I
was
might
her
be
who was
butchering that
doing
name,
it,
but I think
but
it might have been her.
it might have been. Who knows? I'm sure people have considered it or tried to use a strategic method like that, and you could just throw tap water. I mean, you don't even know. It's probably not even bath water. Obviously, that's probably unsanitary. You just
It's
throw
probably
some
just
tap
regular
water.
water.
Yeah, let's throw some dish soap in a little vial, and pour some tap water and bottle it up and sell it for big bucks. And call it limited, only like 50 vials, right? And then you have this high demand and very low quantity of it, and make big money, I guess. Ask him about pineapple on pizza. Oh my goodness, are you a pineapple on pizza kind of guy, or?
Well, before they start grabbing their pitchforks and torches, yes, I am.
Nice. You knew at least what waters you were treading through when answering it. You're like, all right, wait a minute. Beforehand, let you guys know to not jump me so much here.
On top of that, I mean, I'm just gonna say this. I've discovered some weird foods over the years. For those that do not like pineapple on pizza, I at least understand it. But there's a new creation out. Apparently, it's peas and mayonnaise on pizza, and it's terrifying. It actually is a thing.
Peas and mayonnaise on pizza. Yeah, that sounds like something Zahabi Twitch would eat. He's always talking about dipping his pizza in mayo, and
I
I
don't,
can't.
I don't
Yeah,
get it.
I can't get around it. He said that one day, and I was like, he's like, don't knock it unless you try it. I was like, I don't know if I
I
can do that.
mean, I can at least agree with that.
Hello, yo, La Nessa. How we doing? Good morning. Happy Friday. Hope work and the family are treating you well. Good to see you. Yeah,
But yeah,
I can't. Yeah, peas on the only thing I like peas on is in my mashed potatoes. I can eat peas and mashed potatoes, and that's about as close as I can get.
yeah, and I think one of the weirdest things I've had on a pizza recently was pickles. Pickles. Apparently, they're making like these cheeseburger pizzas with pickles on them, and
Yeah, that's
surprisingly
pretty
good.
good. Yeah, I can deal with that. That's a bacon cheeseburger pickle pizza. Dice some little dills up in little bitty chunks and throw them on the pizza with some bacon and hamburger with it's almost like a ketchup mustard type of sauce.
Something like that.
Yeah, I had weed pizza. Yeah, I mean, heard weed pizza. Yeah, weed pizza would probably be pretty good too. You probably
You
wouldn't need to
probably
eat much of it.
you'd probably be stoned off your butt.
Yeah, I saw that there was like restaurants that do that type of stuff where they'll like every component of the ingredients has some form of THC in it. Like they'll THC cheese and THC sauce, and the burger mix has like THC oil in it, and everything's like has a certain amount. Then they cook it all in together, so it's like this. You eat like 2 bites of the pizza, and like you said, you're just ripped out of your mind. And I just think like that would be good and all, but like I want the pizza. Like I'm here for the pizza. Like I don't know.
Well, I always claim that any pizza is a personal pizza if you try hard enough. I'm the type of person that will just eat a 1 hour pizza. So yeah, a weed pizza, and I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
I'm gonna eat the whole yeah. And Lanessa said I would simply pass away. Yeah, that's be dead. Hashtag dead, right from the get go. Oh man, too high. I've always heard that too high to function. It'd be terrible. I've only had one bad experience where I ingested too much of a brownie. And I always laughed, because I've heard the video, like there's like things on the internet, right? Where there's one where I guess this police officer actually confiscated some marijuana from a bus and then consumed it, like either through like it was edibles or whatever, and he ate too much, and then he had to call the paramedics, and snitched himself out and was like, yeah, I ate some of the stuff that and so forth. So of course, obviously he got fired, but it's funny to see when you're on the outside looking in when someone ODs on or has too much THC, because you think, oh, it's not life threatening, it's not a big deal, they're just high, they'll sleep it off. But I thought that way until it actually happened to me, and it was some of the most scariest shit that I had been through, because my heart wouldn't stop racing. I knew I had consumed too much, because like I got to the stage that was comfortable, and then it far succeeded it and got to the point where it was causing like hazardous effects on my health, like my heart rate and extreme nausea, and like just where I knew my body wasn't in a good state at that point. And and I had to Google it, and it's called greening out, where the body's organs start to like function improperly from too much THC. So I don't necessarily, I think, stoners and a lot of people who smoke, and me even being one of them, I think we like to make excuses for the health hazardous that, that marijuana may do to us in some of the forms, especially at high concentrations that we've never been meant to be consuming over the course. Because I know from what we have now, this day and age, compared to when I was younger, it's a whole different ballpark. Stuff's like 10 times stronger or 10 times more concentrated. And when people say smoke, right, they say, well, it's less hazardous than cigarettes, right? So it's like the biggest excuse. Or
Sounds like a justification, basically.
it is. I mean, it is. And I've been guilty of it too, and it's the same as like, oh, well, what's this smoking damage to me, or the effects it has on my body compared to alcoholism, right? Alcohol is a lot worse. It's a toxin, it's a poison, and the effects that of us consuming it is what makes us feel good or makes us drunk. And that's actually a negative effect on our body, but we do it to ourselves to have that feeling. And I think that's crazy in itself too. But it's the same with marijuana, given that, I've had to, using it throughout my life, I've had to weigh the benefits and the cons when it comes to it, because of the fact that it helps with certain health problems that I have, but it makes other health problems worse, right? And then I have to weigh and judge if it works for me. And I've had my ups and downs with like quitting smoking and not, and but it's all personal opinion and preference. But yeah, no, we got some big W's in chat still. We got Sahabi Twitch. We got Lanessa coming in, wishing us a happy Friday as well. I thank you guys so much. Lady Nix is in the house as well. And we got Wahoo still vibing with us. I appreciate everybody who came in and hung out with us today. We are at the end of our show. I want to wish everybody a happy Friday. We will be on again tomorrow, but not on this channel, but on Rider 29's stream as well. So if you're free tomorrow around 7 p.m. CST, stop in, check us out. Let me go ahead and give a shout out to Rider here. All right. And then as well as another shout out to Jason here. So let's see. Get you guys to stop over if you haven't got a chance to check out Jason. He will be on tonight as well, playing Bathhouse, another horror game. So highly recommend checking that out if you're available. All right. All right, making sure I had that here. Need to be sending them to boarding school. Yeah, school starting back soon for everybody who's got kids. I know some people are excited, others are like dreading it because now that means that they have to get the kids up for school in the morning and get all that ready, you know, lunch and yeah, Joker mom's got to teach. I'm just like the principal. I'm like the authority figure. Yo, Joker mom. Whoa. Joker mom called me the janitor and she said, no, the cafeteria man. I'm the guy who just makes the food and looks pretty, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're the guy that just dumps the mashed potatoes into the plate.
Yeah, exactly. She came in, have to buy all the school supplies. Yo, that's the only thing I don't miss with homeschooling is the homeschooling. Luckily, everything's virtual, a lot of it, so it takes a lot of the paper and the extra stuff you need. But the stuff that isn't like not needed, sometimes they provide. They send you like a care package of some of the books and maybe some supplies if needed. It's like a cheap art kit, you know, something I could probably buy for like $10 off of Amazon. But it gets the job done, and some of the stuff is okay enough to use. Some of it's cheap, and you're like, well, I'll just buy my own stuff. But that's why we were doing the school drive that we're doing right now. And again, I want to thank the 2 donations of the $5 from Casey, as well as Wahoo for your guys' donation of $10 towards the tips and donations panel towards getting those backpacks filled. I'll be pushing that every stream throughout the remainder of the month, just reminding people that if you have a couple bucks, toss it towards it, because I'm hoping to at least fill up 2 of the 4 backpacks. So we can at least, you know, help one family who have maybe 2 kids or 2 families with 1 kid each. However, we'll go at it to take that financial strain off of them. I think that's like the biggest thing with me is education. I try to promote good education here, not only in stream, right, as an adult or us as streamers. Education is very crucial towards our development as individuals or as streamers, but as the youth, I think education's definitely even crucial, and nobody should have the lack of education or the fear of going to school from the lack of resources, right? Like clothing or books or supplies needed. I actually believe that, you know, with us paying taxes like we do as human beings, that school should be number 1 for, you know, no cost, and then medical slightly after. But neither one of those things are that way in certain states across the U.S., unfortunately. But so that's where we as individuals should be able to step up and help one another, right? Outside of the government. But that's just mine. But I hope I get partner like you, FAQ. Yo, we are not partner here, but maybe one day.
I wish.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And that's what we all inspire, you know, to at least try to hit goals like that. But yeah, I am Epic partner. Yeah, I had 1,000 followers. You can get Epic partner, which is through Epic, which gives you a creator code so you can make custom lobbies. We've got a few Epic partners here as well in chat who have their creator code. I know Wahoo does. I know Sahabi does. And maybe a few others. I know Turtle was here earlier. Turtle has his Epic code. So great ways to do custom lobby games in Fortnite for other events and things like that, which we'll actually be doing. So before we depart, just a plug towards tomorrow, which we did for the writers game space with myself, and then not this week coming up, but the following week. I believe it's the 20. It's that Saturday. Let me see here, the 24th. we'll be doing a event with the PGG where I'll be representing them in a multi-streamer event. So really fun there. Highly recommend you guys tuning in. We'll be doing some V-Buck giveaways or maybe some Amazon gift cards, whatever we come up with to do part of the stream. But yeah, much love to everybody. And during that time, Jason, have you got a streamer for us maybe that's on right now that you'd like to go hang out with for a little bit?
Sure. Let me see who is on. Also, if anybody is like a newer streamer, I would highly suggest getting a Stream Deck because these things are, game changers. Well,
Oh, yeah.
let's see. Looks like the person I was gonna. Well, we have Let's see. I might have to look it up. So bear with me. We might get some like feedback from sound. I hope not, but we'll see.
Yeah, no problem. Even if you get some feedback. And everybody in chat, we do have, as you guys see, Raid 1 for followers, Raid 2 for subs. So if you're a subscriber to the stream, highly recommend copy and pasting Raid number 2 there. It says Star Spin and Jokerdad. Those will turn into emotes once you paste them as long as you're a sub. If not, the casual, basic raid emote with my name will suffice. If you have your own emotes that you would like to spam, more than welcome to do so. I have a Stream Deck and don't even stream. Yo, Mad Rocks. I know a lot of people do have a Stream Deck and you can get a lot of usages out of it. Volume control on your games. You can also do website searching. I've seen some people use their Stream Deck as a controller with hotkeying all the hotkeys on the controller as a push to touch. But I would suppose that would wear the buttons down like 5 times faster.
All right, I think I got one here.
All right, yeah, just type them in chat here. Type their name, and we'll get it set up. Get them all squared away, and come over and wish them a happy day. And I love all you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today, showing Jason some love. Again, me and Jason have been friends for quite some time here on the Twitch platform, so it was a pleasure for you to take some time out of your day and hang out with us and us to get to know you a little bit more. Mad Hat Hatter. All right. Mad Matt Hatter. Yeah.
Yeah, Mad Matt Hatter.
Yeah, I like that. That's a nice play on words there.
Took me a minute because I'm like, oh wow, not a lot of people on this morning.
Yeah, and they're actually playing some old school RuneScape, which is really interesting to see. So I can't wait to come over and hang out there. We love some, or actually it might even look like new RuneScape. It says 2-month RS3 Iron, 12-hour stream hype. Let's go. And he's only 3 hours in. So plenty of time to get to know him. So if you guys can't stick around right away, drop him with the tab, say hi, let him know where we're coming from. And have a happy Friday, guys. We'll be seeing you either tonight if I'm up to the Fortnite Friday or tomorrow during Writer Stream or again next Monday. So see you guys then, and let's get the raid going. Any final words there, Jason, before I let you go and we depart for Chad or myself?
Nothing I could think of.
Awesome, man. No, thank you for again being here and being a W and having the time and chance to come on. I appreciate that.
Oh, and again, I appreciate you having me.
Yeah, anytime. All right, Chad, let's go. Let's get those emotes ready.